Jai Shri Gurudev. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is Ravi N, Assistant Professor, Department of MCom, BGS Institute of Management Studies. Dear students, in this video I am going to explain you the concept electronic contracting. See, you might have heard about general contracts or paper contracts. So nowadays it is very trendy that contracts have been done through electronically. So it is important to understand what is electronic contracting. See, let me give some introduction to that e-contracts. See, generally contracts play an essential part in our lives. Whether we buy or sell, there should be a contract between a seller and buyer. So whether we buy or sell anything, okay, there is a contract between the seller and buyer. Contracts are a basic part of everyone's life that we know, be it a businessman or a street vendor or anyone else. Contracts are done by everybody. With the development in technology and communication, nowadays remote contracts between two people who are at different places are made possible. So this process of agreement between two or more individuals or two or more organizations, the two through online mode can be considered as a e-contract. So generally e-contracts happens in the course of e-commerce by the interaction of two or more individuals using electronic means such as email, agreement with the help of an electronic agent such as a computer, laptop, iPad, or the interaction of at least two electronic agents, the two which are programmed to recognize the existence of a contract. See, e-contracts are essential in today's age. Let's take an example of an Indian exporter and an American importer. Okay, so let me give you one example uh, of an exporter, the two Indian exporter and an American importer. If it is not for an e-contract, the Indian exporter has to write an agreement letter and he has to sign it and he has to courier it to the America, where it has to be signed and sent back. Only then a valid contract comes into existence. So this is not feasible in today's world, and it is also a time consuming. Therefore e-contracts is the easiest way through which an agreement can be confirmed. So this mode of the contract helps businessman to save time also. So in the above said example, see, it is very easy to make a contract, the two electronically, so which will save a time to both the parties who are involved in a contract. Let me give you the meaning of contract. So here is the meaning. A cyber or electronic contract. See, even electronic contract is also considered as a cyber contract. See, a cyber or electronic contract is a contract created wholly or in part through communications over computer networks. So these communications and the agreement and acceptance and order and acceptance, offer and acceptance, everything will done through online, that too by using computer networks. So that electronic contract is a contract created through internet, created through communications over a computer networks. Okay, in other words, a cyber contract can be created, see, entirely by the exchange of emails, where an offer and an acceptance are evident, or they can be made by a combination of electronic communications, paper documents, faxes, and oral discussions. So these things, everything will happen through online only. See, an e-contract or electronic contract is a legal document created and signed online. So that you should keep in mind. So these document, these contract is created and signed online, through online, and it is essentially a digital version of a traditional paper contract. As with paper contracts, see, e-contracts are agreements that are signed by two parties. We know that for every contract there must be at least two parties. One is offerer and another one is offer or receiver or acceptor. Okay, they are enforceable and legally binding documents that are typically used regarding maybe employment, sales, services, or tenancy, whatever the issue it is. Okay, with a typical paper contract, one party drafts an offer and the other party reads over it and will accept. If both parties agree to the terms and conditions listed in the initial offer, they will each sign the document and it becomes a valid contract. See, if offerer send a document, if acceptor won't accept it, so then it won't become a valid contract. So if it is signed by both the parties, and then only it becomes a valid contract. See, each party must hold up to their end of the agreement, or they face the risk of legal recourse in the future. This is no different with an e-contract. See, although a paper copy is not presented in this, a digital signature still enters both parties into a legal agreement, that too in the e-contract. Okay, see, this is somehow paperless. Okay, so next let me tell you how to create e-contracts. So you may have an idea how to create e-contracts. Let me tell you, there are several ways that a business or individual can create an e-contracts. There are different ways. So they may use specialized software, email, or word processing, or any number of other methodologies which are existed nowadays. Most commonly, business business organizations use a contract management software for these e-contracts. So what is contract management software? See, business organizations use these method, that is a contract management software. Then what is contract management software? See, it is a an all inclusive system that allows them to create and manage all their contracts and contract related data in one place. In order to store contract related data and in order to deal with the e-contract, so this is one application software which is existed in a business nowadays. That is what electronic contract management software. Okay, see, regardless of which service they choose to use, all of them use similar methods to create e-contracts. See, the process typically starts with a contract request from someone in the business. Okay, and then the request is often entered into an electronic request form using the contract management software system. So this form will capture of all the information which is needed to create an e-contract. Okay, this is how e-contract will be created. Okay, so first offer is to be sent, then acceptor will accept through online. Okay, so next thing, why use an e-contract? Why to use this e-contract? What is the necessity? What is the motto of using these e-contracts? See, typically e-contract exists when the two parties do not meet face to face on a regular basis. A lot of individuals and businesses have taken to using digital communications and contract simply because of their low cost, quick turnaround time, to save a time, an environmentally friendly nature, and enhanced security. Because of these reasons, they use and electronic contracts. See, in the past, many businesses relied on contract lawyers to draft all contracts. So this is a costly process for a large business organizations. Today, with the pre-approved templates and contract management software services to handle a contract creation, it is very simple and very simply more cost effective nowadays. So because an e-contract, so that can be emailed. See these e-contract, so that can be emailed. The two, it only takes a few minutes for the other party to receive it. See, if you send an email, so it takes very few minutes that for other party to receive the same. So they can quickly sign and get started another project without waiting for a paper copy to arrive in the mail, or using a fax machine or scanner to send the signed documents back to the business. Okay, see, some businesses after to use the e-contracts to reduce their carbon footprint and decrease the amount of paper used by their business. So this is often a part of, I think you might have know about going green concept. Okay, so in order, this is often part of the going green initiative. So this might be okay, not all the business will opt for this going green initiative. So some business will go with the going green initiative. It is a helpful choice, as the contracts are nearly always several pages long if you go with the paper transaction. Similarly, some businesses find that it is easier to organize and manage numerous contracts when they exist in a digital form instead of on paper. Another big reason some businesses choose digital contracts is because they offer enhanced security. These electronic contracts offer enhanced security to them. They feel secure if they use electronic contract. If a contract is stored in a filing cabinet, nearly anyone can access the details. Is it or not? When stored online, only those who have access to the email or contract management software service, they know, they only they can able to view the details of a contract. Others cannot access with that. And this is a bonus for business with notable clients where privacy is a top concern in the business. This is especially true for those in the medical industry. So because so it is very confidential, no? So it is very helpful to the people who are in the medical industry. Okay, so this is why we need to go with the using of e-contracts. And next concept is, how do I sign an e-contract? See, one of the most common questions about e-contracts is how a person is able to sign them digitally. How to sign the e-contracts? What are the methodologies we have? See, they might believe they need a special pen or program to provide their official signature. But fortunately, this is not the case. Generally, when an e-contract is ready for review, the email directs readers to a program designed for creating digital signatures. See, depending on the program used, there are different options available to the sign, for the signing option. Some programs may ask the signer to provide their social security number, and while others may only need you to click a box, next symbol box will be provided. And more advanced programs nowadays may even allow you to adopt a digital signature also. See, to do this one, you simply type your name and choose from a list of signatures that appears hand signed, in the system. While you will not find your exact signature in the system, you can find one that is close to how you would sign your name on paper. By choosing that, you can able to sign digitally, and that also will be considered as digital signature. We have a that concept also, so I will explain you in next video about digital signature. Okay, so this is how I can sign an e-contract or electronic contract, and you can also sign electronically for the e-contracts, the two electronic contracts. So next, let me go for essentials for the fulfillment of an e-contracts. See, there are certain essential elements like any other contract which is made through papers. So that has to be fulfilled to have a valid e-contract. Then what are those essentials? Let me explain you one by one. First one is valid offer. See, it is essential to have a valid offer for a contract, the two to come into existence. It is important to note that the items displayed in any e-shopping app like Flipkart, Amazon, whatever the e-shopping applications, see, they are only an invitation to offer and not an offer in itself. See, there is an offer when the person selects a particular item into the cart or gives an order, then only it is considered to be an offer, valid offer. See, if you are going to purchase a mobile through Flipkart application, see, the displayed mobiles, list of mobiles which are listed in a application, so that is nothing but it is an offer. Okay, they are offering you. If you select one product among that, so it is nothing but there is a valid offer. So because of that offer only you are going to accept it, you are going to select it. So there should be a valid offer for a contract. And second one is, an offer needs to be acknowledged with legal consideration. So it is important that the offer has to be accepted. You can consider it as a acceptance. The acceptance should reach the offerer by any method. Either it may be through mail or through message or through any other system software, whatever it is. The offer is revocable until the acceptance is made. See, consideration given from the party should be legal to have a valid e-contract. For example, selling narcotic drugs or pornography is very strictly prohibited and cannot be considered as a valid consideration. There should be a legal consideration. If you accept the offer, you have to pay a consideration for that product or for that contract or for that agreement. That must be valid and it should be legal one. Okay, so that is what second essential element. An offer needs to be acknowledged with legal consideration. Okay, so acceptance and legal consideration. And third one is, parties must be able to contract with each other. See, in online contracts, as there is no real-time connection, it is important to note that there should be a confirmation that both the parties are humans, as computers are not able to enter into a contract. That you very well, I know you know very well that, right? See, computers cannot enter into a contract. Instead, humans can enter into a contract, that electronically by using computers. So here, parties must be able to contract with each other. So this is a very important part of an e-contract, and one should be careful as cases of cyberbullying, cyber frauds, and many other things is happening, and online fraud are increasing nowadays. You must be very careful with these frauds. So anyhow, the third element, that to the essential thing for a e-contract is, parties must be able to contract with each other, either through online or through offline. But e-contract especially will done through electronically. Okay. And next, fourth one is free consent. Consent means oppige, acceptance. See, consent should always be free. For the consent, you should not pay any consideration. Consent is said to be free when it is not caused by mispresentations or undue influences or any other frauds like that. These consent should be free of cost. Okay, you should not go with any influences or misrepresentations or fraud. There should be a consent for the valid contract, and that consent must be free. So these are the different essential things for the fulfillment of an e-contract. So when it is certain that these mentioned elements are present, only then an e-contract is confirmed. See, along with these elements, a contract is only possible when there are a lawful object and possibility of performance in a contract. Okay, I hope you people understood what is an e-contract and how you can write a e-contract and how you can sign a e-contract and essential elements of a e-contract. Hope you understood. Thank you all. Jai Shri Gurudev. If you have any doubts, please mention in a comment box. Thank you all. Jai Shri Gurudev.